Hey you guys, it's Teresa and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about my August TBR, and I'm as surprised as you guys because I'm doing this in the beginning of the month. So I have not a ton of books, but more than what I would normally read, so let's just get into it. So the first book that I'm planning on reading in August, and I'm already starting in July, but I don't know if I'll have time to really finish it because we're almost toward the end of the week. The next week's 31st. So, yeah, but that is Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. Now, for those of you who haven't heard it, this kind of blew up on BookTube when it first came out. I'm a very slow person to getting to this, but this follows Audrey Rose as she not only works in her uncle's, during Victorian London, not only while she works at her uncle's, whatchamajigger, his morgue, cutting up cadavers and everything, but it's also her trying to figure out who Jack the Ripper is. Now, I'm not that far into it. I'm about 82 pages in, and I'm loving it so far. I think Audrey Rose's character is beautiful, like inside and out, and I love her kind of wittiness. And then Thomas, one of the characters you'll meet, is also very funny and wonderful, and I love witty, sassy male characters. I can sense some romance going on, but I mean, it's a YA, and I think that how it's starting out now is something I'm gonna get into, actually enjoy. But on top of that, I think I have ideas of who the killer might be, so we'll see as to how I feel about this book come the end of August. The next book on this list is one that I really need to get into, so I'm gonna stop procrastinating because I should have read this instead of Stalking Jack the Ripper, but sadly I just kind of stuck my hand in the shelf and was like, which book to read, and that one came out and I stuck with it. But that is Heir of Fire by Sarah J. Maas, which is the third book in the Throne of Glass series. Now, the first two, essentially what Throne of Glass is about is this assassin named Selena Sardothian, who has been captured and has been living in the slave encampments of Endovir for the past year. And she's only just been released to partake in the King's Champion's battle. And if she were to win, she not only becomes the King's Champion, but also once she is done serving him for X amount of years, she'll be free to live her own life, which is really all that she wants. Now, this is the third book, so I don't really know what's gonna happen in this book, honestly, because quite frankly, the second book threw me for such a huge loop that I really do not know or understand what could possibly happen in this book. I really don't know. So, my friend has told me nothing good about it, and I think she says that there's, the second book sets up for the rest of the series really well, and I have to agree, because normally I don't like second books as much. But the third book is definitely going to be something interesting to me to see where this goes, because I really have no idea, and I don't even want to look at the synopsis right now, so I can jump into it with as little knowledge as possible, aside from the knowledge that I know that happened in the previous novel. So hopefully I'll have nothing but good to say about this come my wrap up. The next book on this list is one that I'm planning on reading an audiobook as well as the physical copy, but we'll see, because I just got my library card. I reapplied for my library card because I lost it, so I can start listening to it on overdrive. But that is Needful Things by Stephen King. I hope it's there, but we'll see. But Needful Things essentially follows a store that opened up, I believe, in Castle Rock, where this store has everything that you would ever want, your wishful desires and all these things in it. Right? I believe it's Needful Things. Yes. Anything you want, from your lifelong desires, either it's money or a fancy baseball card. But the catch is you have to do a deed to be able to acquire it. Now, it sounds simple enough, but as you know, Stephen King, things start to take a turn for the worse, and everything goes to shit, from what I gather. Because, when doesn't it go to shit for Stephen King? Now, this is a pretty thick book, but the synopsis sounds pretty interesting, and I don't doubt that I'm going to enjoy it. I just want the audiobook for it, so I can switch between Stephen King's written word and the verbal word, so I don't have the same issues as I did with Leslie's story and somewhat It. But yeah, I'm excited to get into this, and hopefully, I will love it, because I love from what I have read so far of Stephen King's work, a third of what I have read, because Leslie's story was The next book on this list is one that is also very big in BookTube, and I wish I had gotten to it earlier, but you know, when you're late to the game and you're also really late with keeping up with like new releases and things that are popular, and you're also really hesitant to read things that are popular because people like it, and you just so happen to be the person that doesn't, then it all goes to shit for you. But I've heard nothing but good about this series, so hopefully I will stay with that bandwagon. But that book is TheDarkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. Now this follows Ruby, and during the time that Ruby is alive, most of the kids in America have been killed off by this disease, and those who have remained have ended up getting some kind of superpower, which then in turn gets them tossed into a weird jail and locked up and experimented on. Now, I know there's a movie coming out, and I've seen the trailer 1,000 times, so I can only expect what happened. The trailer was, I don't know why, but movies seem to be liking to give us essentially the entire plot, the plot twists, the love interests, and the ending in like the 2-minute trailer. Which, you know, good job to whoever edits the trailers these days. Meh. But I'm hoping that I will get to this and enjoy it and continue on with the series, and then maybe look at the movie sometime in the future, because I've heard nothing but good about it, and hopefully the movie's the same way. But like I said, I'm really slow to this bandwagon of books turning into movies, which is really weird. Like the bandwagon of getting on, like reading the books before they become a movie. So, we'll see how this goes. The last book on this list is kind of a reread for me. As you guys know, I am finishing up my novel. I'm right there, but I'm not entirely sure on how to end it, so normally what I like to do is reread some of my favorite series to kind of figure it out, especially the first book of the series, just to see how ambiguous I can get it, as it is, in fact, the novel will be a series and not a standalone. But if time permits, which I really hope it does, I will be rereading The Mortal Instruments, City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. Now, if you guys don't know what this is about, this follows Clary Frey, I believe on the eve of her 16th birthday, or a week before her 16th birthday. She goes to a club with her best friend Simon and sees someone get killed via shadow hunters. And then it spirals down, and she realizes she's not necessarily human, but there is more to her world, not only from her position in the world, but also the world around her than she thinks, as well as the secrets that have been lying around with it. Now, for those of you who don't know, this is not only a reread, so I know it's going to happen, but I've also did a rereading kind of month for the month of June for nothing but the Infernal Devices. So probably going to try to continue that, just not an entire month, but I will try to continue that with the Mortal Instruments and see how that goes. And maybe I'll get, not like inspiration, because the book I'm writing, because the City of Bones is drastically different, but maybe some slight inspiration in how to finish the book, essentially. So hopefully, if time permits, I will get a chance to read this in August, and I'll love it just the way that I have loved every other thing that I have read by Cassandra Clare. But that is it for my August TBR. A little longer than I have these past few months, but you know, kind of getting there. I've been blasting through books recently, so hopefully I'll get a chance to read through all of these books, or listen to all of these books. But if you guys like these if you guys want me to do a tea talk on any of these books that I have mentioned in, I'm looking at the floor because where all my books are, but I have mentioned this video, leave that down below, and I'll try to do them for August. But other than that, I will, if you like these videos, comment for any thoughts you want, or any books you want to recommend. All my social media links are down below, so if you guys want to follow me on Instagram or Twitter, the handle is @BookishTherese. And I upload videos every week, on Saturday and Wednesday, so I'll see you guys on Saturday. But until then, bye.